Yo, what is up guys, I'm here hitting you up with a new CZN video today with the Ray guide, because some of you really wanted to know how Ray is and how to play her best. So let's just dive right in and let's talk about her cards. Now when it comes to her starting cards, you want to ideally rip off two of her cards. You can either rip off both her Dark Blades or you rip off her skill card and one of the Dark Blade. Now with the changes, save data builds and stuff like that, where we have these points, you don't want to rip off all the basic cards because it's getting too expensive over time, and we do want to save our points for some other stuff. So rip off two cards, that's basically up to you. When it comes to the Strike of Darkness, what is the best epiphany? Now moving forward, I will also, because someone in the comments mentioned it, I will put a numerical number, so from 1 to 5, so I'm telling you based on that what is the best. So personally, in my opinion, the best epiphanies for her are 1 and 4. So 1 has the initiative, so when you draw it, it has the chance to be a 0 cost card and then does damage, and that plays into her Manifest Ego for healing purposes because she also has healing capabilities, and for 1 turn plus 150 basic attack card damage. So this is a buff to basic cards which helps some characters, or 4 upgrade plus 80% basic attack card damage amount. So for who is that really good or useful? That is useful for Yuki, and it is useful primarily for Mei Lin. They benefit a lot from having a basic attack card damage boost. Then when it comes to resonating darkness, in my opinion, same thing. Again, it's 1 and 4 really. Either you go for 60% damage increase for cost 1 cards, or you go for 4, which is 40%, but it activates for cards that cost 1 or less. And since we also often spam 0 cost cards, you want to go for this primarily just to combo it, ideally for the characters you're coming with. If you need a little bit more, I would say, survival capabilities, then you go for 3, because it also improves the shield gain and the healing, but that's something you don't necessarily need, so you want to go with either 1 or 4. But most likely 4 is the best option for her. Then next up we have the Snack Time. Snack Time is her card draw. This is a card you want to ideally duplicate if you can get the chance, because that is a really good card. So there are, in my opinion, 2 options you can go with her. You either pick up number 2, which has the retain and exhaust effect, heal 170% and draw 2, which is really good because 0 cost draw 2 is always good. If you can get a Divine Epiphany which does something else as well, why not? Another one which is really good is the first one, exhaust 2. Choose 1 card in hand to exhaust, heal 170, draw 1. Now if you can get like a Divine Epiphany, which is like either +1 AP or plus draw 1 or something like that, helps really out a lot. Now why could this be really good? So this one is exhaust 2, right? So exhaust 2 means you can throw out that, use that card twice before it actually exhausts. That's what it means, right? Now, sometimes having the ability to exhaust a card is quite useful, because sometimes you don't have an optimal deck every single time, and you do have weaker cards you're playing in decks. So having the option to have like a weak card in your deck and then using this specific card to just rip off the card, so you do not have to, that you do not draw this card anymore, very useful. It just helps a lot. Now in certain scenarios it could be bad if you have like only good cards in hand, so you have to keep that in mind. But if that is not the case, really good card just to get rid of cards you don't want to use in the first place, right? And sometimes when you do, also what is also good at, since you're doing any sort of boss rushes or whatever you're doing, right, oftentimes you're getting debuffed by the boss. They just throw some cards in your hands you don't even want in your hand. So basically what this card also is a like deck cleanser, right? So they debuff you by throwing like shocks and stuff like that at you. You can use that card, draw 1 and get rid of the stuff they're throwing at you. So very helpful. 1 and 2 are her best one. If you can duplicate it, even better. Then we have the Dark Condensation effect. I personally think there are also 2. It's also between 1 and 4 in my opinion. Either you choose 1 attack card to maximize the damage, 150% damage amount, or, which is even, in my opinion, better if you can get it, is 4, choose 1 attack card plus 100% damage amount until used. This is very good if you combo it with Yuki when she has, for example, the card which I like to play with her, the Ecstasy card, the Forbidden card, because the Forbidden card has a retain effect. So you can just activate, increase the damage, and then just don't use it and hold it. Very good, very good. I think personally that this is really the best one. For 1 is also good 5 is okay, but I'm not sure. Like, you can choose an attack card every round and get 50%, but it's like I rather have like a more significant damage increase overall. So I feel like 1 and 4 are the options to go, primarily number 4. And then last but not least, we also have the Predator's Blade. This is deals damage for 1 turn. You get 2 moral. If you have more dupes for her, she gets 4 moral. Very, very strong damage buff skill. Then when it comes to our partners, you have different options. You can either go with Yvonne, just for a little bit more healing. So if you don't use an attack card with her, you can heal your team with her. So this does help quite a bit, especially since she does not have that much healing going on. So using Yvonne can help here. Alternatively, you go with Arven. Arven is always very, very strong. And if you don't want to use Arven, then the next best thing would be Nyx. Then when it comes to her potentials, like, her potentials do not matter at all. Telling you right off the get-go. Like, the only thing that matters, in my opinion, is basic card. To be honest, let me actually upgrade this one. Basic card might be the only thing that matters for her, because it increases not the damage, but for the healing portion, right? Because her basic cards are the ones that heal you when you have dupes for her. So that's the only one you're looking out for, having like a little bit of extra healing when it comes to, and I'm just upgrading it on the side. Actually, like, does it really get that expensive over time? No. Okay, so 16, and you get a 32% healing boost. That helps out. Now let's talk about her Manifest Ego really quick. Worth mentioning, so E1 is increasing her unique card, which cannot be epiphanied, by 2 moral, where you get 4 moral. Now the important dupe for her is her E2, because when Ray uses an attack card, heal for 120%. This effect activates once per turn. Now, as we just discussed, her attack cards are Strike of Darkness and Dark. Now here you're getting healing, right? So this is really, really good, because this is how you turn her into a sustain healer. Then outside of that, her E6 is the most interesting one, because it just flats out is a 20% damage increase to all the attack cards of your allies. Just flat out damage increase. Like, very, very strong. Then when it comes to her Memory Fragment, so you get her this 2-2-2 set. And then for 4, you want to give her HP. For 5, you also want to give her HP. So let me do this real quick. And for the 6, you want to give her Ego Recovery, okay? This is what you want to do. For the supports, always HP, Ego Recovery. And this is how you want to build her. Then for the Safe Data build, I'm using an older build. I need to farm a Season 1 build. Let me know, by the way, should I make an updated guide to every single character for like a Season 1 build guide type? Because now that we have the Lab 0, we have new cards, which opens completely new possibilities with like equipment and stuff. And in my opinion, the Lab 0 is a lot better than farming a 0 system right now, because you can get way more out of your decks. So let me know if I should do that. Now, this is the build I'm using right now. Not the best, because you do want to have a Finn deck. I do have a Finn version. For example, this one is a lot better in my opinion, but I'm using this one because it has 2 rally cards basically. And there we go. And this is the deck we have here right now. Okay, so this is what we want to use. And then let's jump into the showcase run. Now I'm doing the showcase very similarly to the Yuki guide, but I mix it up now. Instead of showing the cast one, I'm using Veronica, Ray, and Yuki in Basin Twilight 10. This is the combo we are running. So we can actually check out how this plays out, how this works, how this looks like, right, in action. Because this team also functions really, really good. So you want to throw out all your stuff at the beginning, right? Get all your buffs going. Perfect. We got this card. This is the card you really want to get turn 1, I feel like. This one, what you want to get turn 1, you want to have it active, because it's just a permanent 20% damage boost right off the get-go, right? Now, I would love to use that card, but here's where we have a little bit of AP issues right now, because we only have 1 AP left. So buffing that one doesn't really do that much right now. So that's why I like the card especially, which boosts the damage of a card until it's used, because you can buff a card right now, but you don't necessarily need to use it. Now let's use the flash, because this is already buffed because of the stuff we got from the Ray. We got the Resonating Darkness, which is a 40% attack boost, right? Plus we got the 20% from her E6, which gives another damage boost. And there we go. We use now the S3. I think actually she's missing gear right now. I think I have it on Maylin equipped right now. So if you're wondering about her damage output, she has, I think, no gear equipped, but it's fine. Otherwise, they will die too fast, to be honest. Now we throw out the Relicas to just draw cards. Let's use Yuki's effect to get her own cards here. So they are very, very cheap. Now we can use Predator's Blade to buff the damage up, right? And we have very cheap card. Now let's draw even more cards just to make her the cards of our DPS unit cheaper. For example, Yuki in this type of situation, right? And now, you know what? We can either draw more. Let's check the deck real quick if we have anything of significance. Not really. We don't really have anything we need right now. Iceberg would be nice to get just a little bit more damage out. You know what? Let's just do it. Now we have 2 mana and we have 4 damaging cards, but we're also buffed up, right? So we have 100% moral up. We have the resonating, all the ray buffs going on right now. So keep in mind the damage is a little bit lower now because the Yuki doesn't have gear. Malin has the gear right now. Then we throw out this one here. Boom, boom, dealing damage. Trickery. Use that one, dealing damage. Get the card back. And then we use Ecstasy on this one with 1500 left. Boom, boom, boom. Kill that. And then we have now enough ego recovery saved up where we can use now the ult to kill if we want to. But we really don't need to. And then we have here the Veronica to finish off that one unit. Now, as you can see, this one has a lead effect now as active, costs 0 mana. So you always want to activate it, especially when you have it, because it's just the best thing you can do. You always want to start with this specific card. Then we want to look at the cards we have right now. Do we need something? What do we don't need? So we activate this one. Let's activate Snack Time just to draw even more cards, right? Perfect. We got the Subdue card. With Subdue, we can draw out Yuki's DPS cards. Then we draw even more cards, right? And see if we can find something. There we go. Found the Moral card. Very good. Now we can buff a DPS card. Let's buff Iceberg Cleave in this type of situation. And now we want to throw out Iceberg Cleave, 600% multiplier. And now because thanks to Ray, and we're dealing a lot of damage. Boom, boom. See that amount of damage we're dealing? I think after this run, I will show you. I think she's really missing gear right now. But see this damage she's dealing? And yeah, this is, as you can see, I will end the run here. Because I don't want to cut this part, so that you see I'm not like cutting anything out of here right now for what I was using. So let's jump into it real quick. Let's take a look. I'm fairly certain she's missing gear right now. Yeah, see. So this is why this part is not edited, so you can see she just was missing half her equipment, and you saw the damage she did, right? So all the pieces were missing. She only had the attack boost, no crit damage boost. Crit chance was missing. All the good stuff was missing. Still, she did some decent damage with that because Ray does so much support. So the way you can treat Ray is she's a primarily card draw buffer, like damage booster. Okay, she's a damage booster card draw type of unit that when you get her ego up, she also has decent healing as well. It's not on the same level as Mika, but she has decent healing as well. And yeah, this sums up the Ray guide for today. Let me know your thoughts, guys, as always. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below. I really appreciate it, and see you with the next one. Deuces.